is your local election headquarters.
Welcome back. Young voters could be decisive in the upcoming election, and both presidential candidates are making a play to win the youth vote. Washington, D.C. correspondent Hannah Brandt talked to the campaigns about that outreach.
Younger voters could tip the election, almost certainly in the Democratic direction.
Elaine Kmark is a senior fellow at Brookings, and she says young people could be a critical voting group this election.
And both campaigns right now are trying very hard to see if they can speak to younger voters and get an edge among them.
I talked to both campaigns about their strategy to win young voters, and they tell me they're trying to get creative to reach them.
Making sure the content is pushed where the young folks actually are, and that happens to be social media. TikTok obviously is a big one.
It's on Snapchat. We are the first campaign to ever advertise on DraftKings. We're going up on podcasts. We're making sure we're on college campuses.
And on those platforms, Kevin Munoz with the Harris campaign says the VP is telling young people how she plans to invest in their future.
She is going to protect their reproductive rights. She is going to make our communities safer from gun violence. And she is going to lower costs and create opportunity for the future.
While Republican spokeswoman Elizabeth Pipko says the Trump campaign is emphasizing the economic challenges under the current administration.
Buying a house is more difficult. Renting an apartment is more difficult. Obviously, affording college, groceries, rent, so many different things that young people focus on.
Young voters tend to lean heavily Democratic, and Kmark expects that trend to continue.
A lot of young women are registering for obvious reasons. I mean, a woman candidate, the abortion issue.
Munoz says Team Harris isn't taking the youth support for granted.
Putting in the work every single place where we can grab voters.
And the Trump team isn't letting the Democratic advantage dissuade them.
It's about making some kind of a dent to change the dynamic, because the Democrats know they need a large percentage of those young voters in order to win, and it seems like that's slipping away from them right now.
In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
The White House says it believes there should be an established framework for how to use AI for national security. The new effort directs intelligence agencies to expand their use of AI. It also calls for more research funding there. And it makes AI threats from adversaries a top intelligence priority. The directive also calls for managing the risks of AI, especially when it comes to nuclear weapons and monitoring Americans. White House officials say despite progress made in the area of AI, the United States cannot slow down on this new technological front.
Our lead is not guaranteed. It is not preordained. And it is not enough to just guard the progress we've made, as historic as it's been. We have to be faster in deploying AI in our national security enterprise than America's rivals are in theirs.
Next week, the DoD is hosting a forum with 16 countries to discuss the responsible use of AI. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Israel for his 11th visit to the region since the outbreak of the Israel-Hamas war. The U.S. is prepared to resume ceasefire talks after the death of Hamas's leader. Washington correspondent Basil John reports on the latest.
A leak of classified documents containing Israel's plans for a strike against Iran has prompted an investigation from the FBI.
The investigation is in its first few days, so it's important to let that investigation run its course.
The leak included documents that indicated Israeli military exercises to prepare for an attack on Iran and a counterattack. The Pentagon is working closely with the FBI, but would not elaborate.
Because it's under investigation, I'm just not going to be able to offer any more comment.
This comes as Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in the Middle East in hopes of reviving ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas.
I believe very much that the death of Sinwar does create an important opportunity.
Blinken met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as Israel wages its multi-front war with a military operation in Gaza and a battle with Hezbollah in Lebanon.
He's certainly talking about the issues surrounding Lebanon while he is on his travel.
Israel has escalated its assault on Lebanon in the past few days, hitting banks and hospitals. The State Department says Israel should take steps to destroy Hezbollah. But
every possible measure needs to be taken to minimize impact on civilians, to minimize civilian casualties.
Blinken is urging Netanyahu to reach a peaceful outcome in Gaza. As Gaza's health ministry reports, more than 42,000 people have died since the war started. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Up next, we'll have a look at the week ahead on your local election headquarters. Stay with us.